Coming up on Juice and Java, e-cigarette company Gill under fire as more and more consumers fall to vaping-related illnesses. The issue hitting close to home, how one SU student is suing the company.
And Democratic debate recap, we'll take a look at Thursday's debate and the topics the candidates discussed on the center stage.
And get re-wallets ready because it's that time of year again. Apple announcing that the brand new iPhone 11 and what's new with Apple's latest product. All that and more coming up. Juice and Java starts right now.
I want to tilt it up, but there's nothing here.
Good morning, I'm Landon Wexler.
And I'm Lilia Wood. Thank you for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze, the top stories you need to know from this week.
This weekend's homecoming, but one alum couldn't make it because he was stuck at Thursday's Democratic debate. SU alum Joe Biden and 9 other candidates faced off at the third Democratic debate in Houston this week. Former Vice President Joe Biden was center stage between Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
It was the first time the 3 frontrunners for the Democratic nomination took to the stage together. Biden led the polls going into the debate, making him a prime target for his fellow Democrats in Houston. The 10 candidates debated several hot political topics: immigration, gun control, and healthcare.
Data journalism site 35/8 says Biden still leads the polls after this week's debate. Sanders and Warren are still second and third place. The next Democratic debate is next month, October 15th in Ohio. It'll be hosted and moderated by CNN.
And updates in Varsity Blues scandal. Yesterday marked the first sentencing of a parent involved in the controversial college admissions case. Former desperate housewife Felicity Huffman receiving 14 days in prison and $30,000 fine. The 56-year-old also on 1-year probation and given 250 hours community service. The actress admitting to spending $15,000 to gain her daughter's admission into college.
Okay, well, the internet went crazy last night because everyone thinks 14 days is not enough, maybe?
Right.
There was one tweet that we were laughing at this morning. They said, who's going to learn more? Felicity Huffman in her 14 days in jail or her daughters at 4 years of college that now they get to go to?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that, yes, if 14 days is a very light punishment, we got to remember 2 things. She didn't commit murder. I don't think she's going to spend years in prison for this. But you got to remember that she has so much money to back her up. Then if someone did this that didn't have as much money, probably would have a larger sentencing.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the other celebrities and high-end people, what their punishment is going to be.
Very true.
And an emu is back home after escaping his enclosure Wednesday afternoon. The emu, named Sharif Cody, gave Guilderland, New York drivers a big surprise when he was wandering onto Camden Road. He was staying at a Whispering Willow Wildcare about 2 hours from here when he slipped out of an open gate.
Now, during his brief stint in freedom, Sheriff Cody shocked drivers by staring at them like he, quote, wanted to fight. He went on for about 25 minutes before police used a lasso to capture the fugitive emu. I give every bit of credit to that sheriff that threw a lasso around an emu, but this is scary stuff.
And the poor volunteer that let him go in the first place. I think the thing that struck me the most when I was reading about this story was the emu was being babysat kind of by someone because they were moving to Florida, the family that owned him.
Right.
So they wanted someone to take care of him, and he ran off. And now the owner was like, I will never, ever babysit an emu again.
Understandable. Now, it's a lot of responsibility to say, I'm going to hold like an ostrich-like thing in my backyard, escaped. Could you imagine being a driver and seeing that emu just looking at you? It looks like it wants to fight you.
4 years old and 140 pounds.
That's about the weight I was when I was 4 years old. But
I know.
You know it. But it's scary stuff, but good thing Sheriff Cody's back. And just like life got harder for Sheriff Cody, the emu, iPhones are also getting tougher. Apple unveiled the iPhone Pro and the iPhone Pro Max at its annual fall event on Tuesday. The new iPhones will have the toughest glass ever seen in an iPhone and a higher resistance to water, being able to withstand 4 meters of water for up to half an hour.
This will be the 11th version of Apple's most popular product. Apple revealed in a second clip the phones will also have a triple camera system, which features ultra-wide, wide, and telephoto cameras. A new night mode will make it easier for users to take high-quality photos in low lighting. The phones are available for pre-order now and will hit stores September 20th.
Now, Lilia, you know, I know, anyone that's ever owned an iPhone realizes that the features that need to improve, that have needed to improve, is the toughness of glass and water resistance.
Yes, I have done actually both of those. I break every single phone I get. It shatters. And I did once, my dad will never let me live this down, I did jump into a pool with my phone in my back pocket, and it died. So.
Now, Danny, I don't blame you at all for that, for getting upset, but either way, it's pretty, it's necessary to protect your iPhones. Do you think that there's still gonna be like products to protect your iPhone and all that at this point?
I think they still will want to make money, and people also want to personalize them. You know, like I don't have the newest phone that's yellow, but so I have a yellow case. So maybe if it's not the color you want, or you want stickers, or like some type of protection, even more protection, which I probably need.
Right.
I will probably invest in that.
It's true. You may want to do that.
And in other news, the vaping controversy continues to spread. The CDC is now looking into 380 cases of lung disease that are likely related to vaping, with 6 people having died from connected illnesses. The issue comes close to home as Syracuse students have filed a lawsuit against e-cigarette company Gill. Maxwell Berger is fighting the company after claiming to have a stroke in 2017 because of his addiction to Gill.
Now, the lawsuit states that the company has marketed its products with the intent to get young people addicted. New York State has responded to the spike in cases of Juul-related illnesses, and Governor Cuomo is calling for the ban of flavored e-cigarettes.
Yeah, so if you go onto any social media, you see all these viral posts from parents saying, I had no idea that my son vaped and now they have lung disease and they're in a hospital and they might, pass away from things like this. So it is a big pressing issue, and Donald Trump also had something to say.
Right. President Trump, he is making a ban on flavored e-cigarettes, and he says if it doesn't get better, he wants to ban e-cigarettes as a whole. That's a tough issue to take on. But thinking about like the flavors, like imagine being a 12-year-old and you see like mango flavor, tropical berry flavor, it's very easy for kids to fall into that.
And it's an addiction, which is scary because children, they're using it for the wrong reasons.
They are. They absolutely are. Unfortunate, but hopefully it gets resolved soon. And back here on campus, homecoming weekend is upon us, and Syracuse is celebrating its 150th year in style. The SU alumni website shows nearly 2,800 people signed up to attend the celebration, up from 2,500 last year. There are so many exciting events this weekend, and it's no wonder why people are coming back to campus.
Syracuse football faces off against #1 Clemson tonight to a sold-out crowd in the Dome for the first time since 1998. The Barnes Center at the Arch officially opened yesterday and will be available to returning alumni all weekend. And items from the last 150 years at SU will be displayed all around campus.
Lilia, you could feel it in the air, the excitement on campus, the alumni back on campus. There are so many alumni in studio right now. On the way to the studio, we saw alumni tailgating.
Yeah, everyone's already tailgating. They know what's up here at Syracuse. It was so awesome to see everyone here. And I think there's so many things that they can do and kind of updates around campus. I think one that a lot of people are excited for is the Barnes Center.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, you got a little bit of a tour on Thursday. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we will actually see that on Juice and Java coming up. But they have a pool, which is cool. They have a mind spa, pet therapy, which a lot of people are liking because on campus you don't see a lot of dogs and you don't see a lot of babies. They don't have baby therapy yet, but
we're working on that. We are working on that. But yes, the Barnes Center is clearly very exciting stuff.
So it's awesome to have our alumni back, and we're about to interview one of them. So coming up after the break, we have our CitrusTV alumni here to talk about homecoming weekend.
Yes, welcome home, guys. Lilia and I get to sit down with Bob Hand and Wes Purvis to take a look at memory lane. We'll be right back.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will.
But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. As you all know, our show is our show is a big part because of our alumni here. And next year we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary here at CitrusTV.
And we have two alums in studio with us, and Wes Purvis and Bob Hand, who are operations manager and general manager of the station. And they're back for Orange Central to tell us about how their post-Cuse adventures went. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for being here. So guys, what was your Syracuse college experience like? Very ambiguous question.
Well, for me, college was a lot about CitrusTV. CitrusTV definitely defined my college experience. Some of my closest friends, even to this day, are from CitrusTV. So CitrusTV was a big part of my college career.
No doubt.
I was here in 2003 and worked at the station when the Syracuse won the basketball championship. So 8 of us from the station drove down the 24 hours to New Orleans. We filmed it all. We did packages. You had, one of us was on the sideline for the games and did all the post interviews, and I did a segment all about our trip down. So that was kind of awesome that you always kind of think back on basketball and think back on the TV station.
For sure, and like you said, technology may have changed, but it doesn't sound like too much elsewhere has changed. Where you guys were covering these games and all that, but going into the real world, tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing now.
So I have kind of left the TV industry in that I work in the IT industry. I work for a Wi-Fi company, but I still do quite a bit of on-air and kind of promotional videos for a company. So it's a little bit of straddle the line of IT and television.
Very cool.
Yeah, I work at CNN. I'm head booker for Aaron Burnett out front. So we are kind of really focused on politics mostly now and getting ready for the next debate, as you guys mentioned, because she's one of the co-moderators.
Yeah, no doubt. And if you want to help with our booking and all that, we'll hit you up.
We book them, so we have a good booker.
We do.
And here at Syracuse, as well at CitrusTV, we always talk about our alumni network. Have you guys had any run-ins with important alumni? Other than yourselves, obviously.
It's a good way to meet other people. I met my wife, who created this show, through just being alums of Syracuse. We didn't meet at school, we met afterwards. So, and that's kind of how. I feel there's a better connection. Everyone who goes to Syracuse is connected, but everyone who works at CitrusTV is even more connected. Mm-hmm. It's an overwhelming fraternity/work environment bond that is really strong.
Heck yeah, and that's the bond we all need. And thank you so much for being here, Bob and Wes. You guys are awesome. And yes, I hope you had as much fun on the show as we did this morning. And enjoy Syracuse. We really cannot thank you enough for coming. And yeah.
After the break, I got to check out the brand new facilities at the Barnes Center. Fair warning, what you may see will get you out of bed to go to the gym. We'll be right back.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. The long-awaited Bard Center is at the Arch is officially opened yesterday.
And I got to take a tour with the executive director of the Bard Center, Corey Wallach, and got an inside look at all the new amenities. Today was the official opening of the Barn Center at the Arch. We got a tour inside of all the new amenities. Let's go check it out.
As we get ready to open up, we're putting out the really grand reveal outside so that everybody knows where they are and what the name of the building is. On the inside, a grand reveal will also be our esports room.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this esports room.
Esports room, we are super excited about this, right? I mean, talk about something that we do not have anything like this at SU prior to now. Super exciting space. So the idea really being, again, like when we think about Barnes Center at the Arch, it's how do we meet a whole bunch of different students' needs? How do we get the range of student experience? We know that our students are super into gaming. We know a lot of them are gamers. And we want to bring them out of the privacy of their room. Not that we are trying to take them out of that space, but how do we bring them into a space where they can be in community with each other? It's so different, it's so new, and it's so cool. It's a great space, to work and play. It's a great space.
Okay, so now we are at the basketball court.
Yeah, so we're in the KG Tan Fitness Center, home of the basketball courts. Dublin is volleyball courts. This is when you come up these stairs especially. This is just an awesome space. Got the track, goes around the entirety of the basketball courts up ahead. We had Pete Sala in here, took the inaugural shot when we opened the court, hit it from 3 or just inside the line. I don't know if we have video of it, we can check, but he was just inside of the line here, so I gave him a hard time because he wasn't fully out in the 3, but the fitness classes have been super popular, and that's one of the things we're super excited about, right? So in our old model for fitness classes, you'd sign up and it'd usually be an entire course you were signing up for. Now we're offering between 50 and 60, just come as you want, and classes during the week. Completely free for our students. Yeah. So almost all the recreation space is open. The pool is the one thing that we're still doing a little bit of work to get online. But aside from the pool, we're ready to go with everything. Otto's Juice Box, named by students, right? So we had a student naming competition. It's been a super popular spot. From what I understand from our friends in food services, we're going through more than 200 pounds of fruit a day right now. We're averaging about 400 students a day in Otto's Juice Box.
Do you know how many people go to work out here?
I do. So we are right now averaging about 3,000 visits into the recreation center every day. Yeah, we are super excited about the number of people that have been coming in and checking it out. The climbing wall, we are really, when we're open for business, it's active, pet therapy. Oh my goodness, yeah. There's just so many different things. And so the question of like, are more things coming? Yeah. So our intention is to have it just really be a place to hang out and be sort of like a student home. So there's some spaces right now that look kind of empty. There's things coming into those spaces soon. So we're going to be creating some lounge spaces in the gym. And again, like once people are here, we want them staying here. We want them to feel like this is, whether you call it your family room or whatever. And how do we just help our students be an entire person, an entire place?
And while facilities like the pool aren't ready yet, Wallach says it hopes to be open for students in the coming days.
Let's get a workout class in pretty soon, Lilia. And up next, we have our morning correspondent, Ryan Baker, live at the Dome. We'll be having an expected sold-out show, sold-out home game against Clemson. Keep it here.
told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. You can't see it, but a lot of our crew here at JJ have their Syracuse gear on, because today is a big day.
That's right, Landon. I cannot wait for tonight's big game. And we have Juice and Java correspondent Ryan Baker live outside the Carrier Dome for more details. So Ryan, what can you tell us about how, when, and where students can enter this game tonight?
Tigers' anticipation for tonight's big game has been building ever since August 22nd, when student pass tickets completely sold out. I talked to one student who sold her ticket for a shocking amount of money.
Scroll, please.
Amanda, scroll.
I sold mine for $125, and what I did is I posted in the class of 2022 Facebook group, and I just said DM me for offers. I didn't want to make the first offer, so I had to keep climbing up because I don't want other people to buy it from someone else. If I rose it too high, they wouldn't have bought it. So
the gates open for the Dome at 4:30 p.m. for anyone with a student pass, but kickoff is not until 7:30 p.m. All students must go to Gate F, which is located directly behind me, and we just saw them taking fencing down just a couple of minutes ago.
And there's a name change going on with the student section this year. What can you tell us about that?
So yeah, the new student section is being rebranded as the Ozone. This decision was made by multiple student organizations, such as the Greek Life and Student Association, and of course, Otto's Army. Otto's Army, however, will still remain as a recognized student organization for fans of the Orange. However, it will just not be the name of the student section going forward.
So Ryan, is there any other guidelines for tonight's game that we should be aware about?
So the theme of tonight's game is Color Me Orange, which means they are encouraging all students to wear white because there's going to be an orange powder toss at the beginning of the game when the players are running out onto the field. It's going to be an event you do not want to miss. For Juice and Java, I'm Ryan Baker.
Ryan, thank you so much. And after the break, more on Clemson weekend. CitrusTV sports correspondent Gill is in studio to talk more about the big game.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, we're getting so wet. With the groove, show proof, keep it smooth as I bust the move. Where you step in swiftly, with me keep up. If not, just stop, pop a squat, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spell of me. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, or jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater. You thinking you a treat, cause you're sweet, but I'm sweeter. Leader of the pack, cause they all stay behind me. I'm old school, you don't skip tracks, you rewind me. Find me, working on my craft.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. You just heard us talk to our correspondent Ryan Baker live from the Dome as campus gears up for the Clemson game. And now we have our CitrusTV sports correspondent Gill is here with us in studio to tell us more about what we can expect from the game. Gill, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to have you, man. And we're having a big game here today. We're talking Syracuse is playing the #1 ranked college team in football. How the heck are we going to keep up, man? What are we expecting here?
Well, Clemson is obviously very tough, and that's part of why this game is so hyped up. They've been to 4 straight national championships. They are the defending national champion, and right now they are #1 in the college football rankings. So it's a tough test.
It is, absolutely.
And then what can we expect from the Carrier Dome environment?
Well, it's the first sellout since 1998, and Dino Babers actually, I mean, he's been here 4 years, and he said earlier this season, I've never seen the Carrier Dome full. So finally, for the first time, he's going to see the Carrier Dome with no empty seats, and it is a rarity. It hasn't happened since '98.
That's pretty exciting stuff. Now,
So
basketball.
full that I can't get a ticket.
Right,
That's
clearly.
right. Exactly.
What are tickets running for right now, man? Do you know? Any idea?
Well, they went down after the Maryland law. So
Right.
originally it was hard to get inside the dome for under 3 digits. Now the cheapest ticket, last time I checked, around $80, but you're in the nosebleeds. Any decent ticket is more towards $200.
I figured. Now that's pretty insane. Now in the Duke, I feel like when in basketball season we come close to selling out just about every time. But for football, like because when it's basketball season, it's only half the dome.
That's
for
right.
football, to have that all sold out with no seats around, that must be such a cool environment, man.
It's going to be incredible. I mean, basketball gets really loud, but you always wonder how loud could it be if football came in with the same energy and the same capacity as basketball, because basketball only fills half the dome. So the level of noise should be absolutely through the roof.
And then how has Syracuse been able to play so close to the Tigers?
Well, this is kind of a funny topic because you got to give credit. You got to give credit to the Orange for keeping it close against a great team like Clemson. But 2 years in a row now, the Orange have knocked out Clemson's starting quarterback. It was Clemson. It was Kelly Bryant 2 years ago. It was Trevor Lawrence last year. When you injure the starting quarterback on the other team, it gives you a better chance to win. You can't bank on that happening again. So Syracuse is going to have to hang tough, probably with one of the best quarterbacks in college football, Trevor Lawrence, today.
Right. And their O-line has to do a better job protecting, especially if they want their quarterback not out. But then again, Dino, I don't want to say Dino has a plan for that, but let's hope it goes well for them. And prediction, is there any reason to be confident in Syracuse at this point?
Well, you mentioned head coach Dino Babers. I got to give him credit. He has kept things very, very close in big games, but I still have Clemson not embarrassing Syracuse by winning, but winning by about 14, 20 points. There's too much talent for the Clemson Tigers.
It's understandable because Clemson just played ranked number 12 Texas A&M, and pretty much destroyed them. And we're not even ranked anymore, so it's kind of concerning. But
yeah, the Maryland game also, it wasn't a good look for Syracuse and the defense or the offense.
Good God, man. And then prediction. You have us losing pretty bad, but do you think do you think we'll be able to keep up even remotely? Because in the years past, we were keeping up up until the last minute.
Well, the goal should be give the crowd their moment, okay, and stay in it. Make sure it's competitive. I don't know if it's a realistic goal to beat #1 Clemson, but I have faith in Syracuse and Dino Babers just because of what they've done. They upset top 25 Virginia Tech in Dino Babers' first year. Clemson was the next year. Last year, they win 10 games. They beat FSU. They play Clemson close. Big games, this team shows up, so they should be able to do it again.
Gill, we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thanks.
And that is all we have on Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow Citrus TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Landon Wexler. Go Qs.
And I'm Lilia Wood. Enjoy your weekend, Syracuse.